Adam, a really difficult day. How do you sum up that performance?
Yeah, really disappointing. We got outplayed for most of the day. Thought defensively we were poor, which made it really hard to get any type of ball movement. The contest stuff was reasonably level, but they were cleaner. They transitioned the ball a lot better than we did. And then before we knew it, the game was sort of out of our reach. So reset, changed a couple of things at half time. To some small success, but not a lot. And then the last quarter, we didn't take any of our chances. But to be honest, most areas of the day we were outplayed.
You said the last time you're down here against Geelong in round 6 and you lost by 97 points that the team looked weak and were embarrassing. How do you describe the performance today?
Yeah, it's probably not that emotive. I think we've got to look at our method and how we go about executing it. The contest stuff wasn't too far off, but they were cleaner. And the way they used the ball and their run and work rate, we weren't at the same level.
Adam, to have 2 90-plus point losses throughout the season and 55 last week, they're big losses. How do you explain the inability to compete in those games?
Yeah, it's now a pattern. I mean, 2 weeks ago, we were coming up a really good win against the Tigers, and after another good win against Carlton in the state. So we thought we were on the right track, but I think we've got to look at a bit of what we do. So we'll assess that. We won't complete sideways on it, but we've got to look at some of the things we're doing, and some of it's just work rate and being clean. So, we'll keep training that. We've identified that's an area we really want to focus on. We'll be training for a few weeks, so hopefully that comes to fruition sooner rather than later. But yeah, the inability to stop momentum is costing us dearly.
So you need a dramatic change sort of to the game plan. Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I think I didn't say that. I think we need to look at a bit of our method. If we're cleaner and tougher at stoppages and contests, then maybe there's different issues. But at the moment, we're doing a lot of attacking from our D50, and we're not getting supply, which is a concern. So that's the first thing we need to look at. And then how we defend on our entries is the second thing. But we got out too easily today, and I think the Bulldogs were the same last week. So, yeah, it's a bit of work to do, that's for sure.
How frustrating is it for you, Adam, though? You mentioned the words work rate a few minutes ago, that you've got to contemplate that at this time of a season when you're in contention.
Oh, yeah, it's working in the right manner too. We just don't look as connected as we have been in the past with how we defend and how we move the ball. And part of that is willing to work, so we need to get a hold of that. We've got to look at all aspects. And yeah, look, you're right. It's disappointing if I mention the word work rate. Well, that's disappointing, but there's a lot of other things as well.
What is it about Cardinia Park, mate?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought we had the right attitude on the travel. We've been, trained well. Caulfield Grammar's really looked after us with their facilities. There's been good spirit, just poor execution. And yeah, they're not just little losses, they're big ones. So I'd like to say it's got nothing to do with the ground. It's more about what we need to do as individuals and as a collective than we're only about getting on a bus right now.
Do you expect to get home this week? What's the intel that you've got over there at the moment?
I haven't got any yet. No, just be clear of that. Let powers that be tell us. But hopefully we've had some close to none cases in both states, and we can get back sooner rather than later. But whatever's they tell us, we'll do.
Jack Redden, do you have an update on him?
I actually don't. I don't know what happened. No, I haven't. I know he subbed out at some stage. I don't even know what it was. I don't know, knocked to the knee, maybe.
Adam, what about Jones and Gaff's situation?
Yeah, Gaff's just got a little thumb issue that we tested it yesterday, and we thought it just wasn't worth the risk. He was in too much pain with it all, so he was a late withdrawal. And Jones got a an ankle sprain, so we just hopefully it's not the bad one. But fingers crossed on him. Yeah, so he could push the game off.
So is Gaff a short, just a one game sort of scenario, or is he looking like that could be a break or something more significant which could keep him sidelined for longer?
Yeah, we're not quite sure, but it's probably connected to pain tolerance more than anything. So it'll definitely be better next week. Just if it's better enough to play up, we'll find out soon.
And was Shuey reported? It looked like that was the case during the game, or at least he'll be looked at for an incident. Are you aware of whether he was officially reported during the game?
No, I don't know the incident you're talking about. So, sorry.
How's the
Adam,
belief within the group at the moment? It feels like when you're getting down that the belief is no longer as strong as what it once was.
Yeah, well, that's the mindset of the players, and we've got to tap into that. So that no confidence is low. But like I said 2 weeks ago, we've come up one of our best wins for a few years. So you can't lose it that quickly. Albeit, I think clearly when we're 10 goals down, that the confidence to be brave and attack the game is not as strong as it is when the game's on the line or you're winning. So yeah, we're going to make sure we own today. We take responsibility for it, and we'll do everything we can to get better.
Adam, your midfield has a few players at least that are sort of coming back, trying to return from injury. How do you see them progressing over the next few weeks and sort of driving a turnaround for you?
Yeah, that's the connection piece, I suppose. I mean, they've been back for a couple of weeks. The synergy's not as clean as it needs to be. I thought we lowered our colours around the stoppages today, and we weren't as clean as a Sydney mid. The same thing happened last week as well. So, but I wouldn't put all this in the midfield's basket. I think we need to own it collectively, all of us, coaches included.